Good morning, Susanne, Joy.
Good morning, Deborah, LeeAnn.
Um, and welcome to Tuning In. And if you would introduce our topic, then I would actually like to begin with a tune in. I got that message this morning. So,
Okay. This week we are talking about the cosmic guardians evolution. And in it is the various states of consciousness. And this is all the based on the Gene Keys, which is written by Richard Rudd. And the shadow of her evolution is pride. And the gift of it when we move out of pride, and this, of course, she's probably working on higher states than us, but we're can call her in, is artfulness. And the acidic state is invisibility. And we'll go more into depth as we have this discussion. And it's all happening this week in the pulse of the 13th gene key, which is moving from discord to empathy, to the highest state, empathy. And that is through discernment, through clear listening.
and
Very exciting week of blending both of her key and the key of the week. So
the energy that we're all experiencing right now,
right.
I think and I'm hoping that it helps us to actually embody, to drop into some of these essences, these realms. So this morning, in the witching hour of whatever that 3 to 4 o'clock thing is that I've been waking up lately, I heard very clearly that when we tune in together, and then anyone listening later tunes in as well, it creates and amplifies the energy. And if there's anything that our planet and our consciousness would like from us right now, it would be grounded, uh, tuned in, tapped in human souls. So I just uncrossed my legs, and I'm going to invite you just to join in with us for a few minutes. You can close your eyes or lower your gaze or look at a candle or something beautiful, whatever helps you to become present. And let's just drop in, literally. Drop in and back and down. And what we want to tune into is the still point, the stillness, the reservoir of, man, resilience and strength and peace that's deep within. Especially as things get wilder and crazier and upsetting on the 3D plane, how do we anchor in to this depth of who we are, the truth of who we are? And imagine that we can plant I don't know, somebody said the other day, two people said the same thing, planting a flagpole, that this is me. This is what I want to return to. And I love that, Susanne, your work is called Uncharted Joy, because I feel like if we don't have, yes, we want the uncharted uncertainty, crazy, wild adventure and discovery, expedition, but we also need a place to call home. So dropping down and back and into that. And you can put your hand on your lower belly, because breathing into that and imagining, like I lit a little old candle and it has this little tiny flame on it right now. But if I breathe into that little tiny flame down and in the center of my still point in my sacral chakra, this is what we're creating. This is what we're building. And this is what we get to connect to one another, because this is not our flame is nice and beautiful and it makes a difference. But when we create the synergy of connecting with others, it's uh, it gives us all strength, it gives us all healing, and it gives us all the opportunity to amplify this on the level it needs to be heard and seen and felt, so that the ripples can support everyone. So that's my tuning in for this morning. Thank you for doing that with me.
Do you have a mudra?
I have so many mudras. So the mudra of, let's see, I pulled up two different ones. The one for empathy,
That's this week's.
that's this week's. Okay, let me make sure I'm pulling up the right one. So let's just do the empathy one. And this is, you take your hands, and you're making a circle. So, if you want to bend him more, he has a more like a triangle. But what he wants you, what the suggestion was, is to put it down like in front of your heart space and breathe in to that circle and feel the connection. You can feel your hands start to maybe feel each other. And then you want to start seeing, if can I take this circle? Can I connect it to my heart space? Can I connect it to my center of awareness and third eye? Can I connect it down into my belly? How many circles can we create? Can I connect to Susanne? Can I connect to all the listeners? Can I connect to the cosmos? And yes, the cosmic guardian energy. Oh, that is so lovely. I could just do a whole meditation sitting like that. So that is when we forget, and this is very often our human thing, we get stuck in what's going on. And you started to say that there's so much going on. And
Yeah.
then how do we come back?
Yeah. It's actually so important during this time, because emotions can be amplified and whipped around. And I think it's really good to remember that where are you, what are you listening to? Who are you listening to? And is it coming from fear? Is it coming from the divine? And this is, I mean, if you look at this week's, in all being in discord, it is a pessimism. It's distrusting life. It's chaos. It's staying in that frequency of just our solar plexus being weighed down by events. But our true nature of who we are doesn't have to stay there. And in fact, it is, I think that is what happens. Every shadow contains this gift. And then the gift is opening the heart and listening to it. And as we listen to our own heart, we then take the natural steps to be able to move and change and make connect with others. And that's where that empathy is coming from. It's coming from a heart-centered space as opposed to a fear-centered space.
And what did you bring up about listening earlier before we started recording?
It's about listening with love. It's about listening from that space of tuning in. And when we're not just tuning in with our ears, but, when we start tuning in with all of our senses, all of our
spidey's,
all of our beautiful abilities to feel into one another's heart, just like, Deborah was sharing this, and being able to be resonant and be present. It's a real big presence to be able to listen with love, despite what's going on, and not get caught up in the chaos and the so that's the discernment. That's the gift of it, is discernment, is really being able to have your heart come first and listening with love. And I really feel like as our embodiment, as we come into anchoring who we are, it's really important that we are discerning our divinity in action.
That's so beautiful. I as you know, but I don't know about our listeners, I for the last 7 years or so have been working with a lot of religious women leaders, and their language is so has kind of been, I've kind of adopted it to speak to them on a different, and one of the words they use all the time is discernment. And they actually take a retreat to go through discernment about what's their next way of offering their gifts and service to the world. Discernment is like a true, like it's a thing. And
Well,
I'm like,
it's like coming back to true center, right? And discerning what's yours and what you get to do
yeah, listening to the,
to
well,
share.
and it's for them, it's listening to the Holy Spirit, but it's the
Yeah,
same thing.
exactly. Yep.
So I'm just laughing because I'm like, I love that I don't have to explain some of these terms to them, because I'm like, we're going to go into a moment of discernment where we really listen. What's our next, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just
Yeah.
love that. I love this word.
And,
So
and and in talking with the cosmic guardian, we're moving out of this like boastful, manipulative, prideful space,
lack,
lack of resources,
lack.
or
Yes.
can't do it.
We
The
can't
Yeah,
save the planet. It's not, oh, I love the quote. It's not my problem.
right.
Like, what can I do about it?
Right. So the cosmic guardian, she, us, we are here to identify the beauty, the artfulness, the heart-centered, philanthropic service to
Yeah.
humanity. And so if you think about or feel into the School of Light Collective, it's beyond you, me, any one person. But I feel like as I feel into this energy, it is an opening of the heart and being of service when there is discord or that
I think that's why we're here now.
yeah.
We signed up knowing that this great change was going to happen in our lifetimes. And we signed up to be healers, bridge builders, way showers, light bearers, whatever term floats your boat. Um, and I know that is a part. And so the this is where I want to support all of us, is it's okay to not feel like I'm still wigged out. I still get thrown off course daily, and
Yeah, we're still human,
we are human. And
right?
so, and we have the tools, we have the wisdom, and we have the ability to reach out and hold hands with others to give us all strength. That's the other thing, is even asking a dear friend, like my sister came over the other night and just cried. She just needed to cry. She goes, I just feel a good cry. I said, just keep on going, honey. And she just cried and cried and cried. And it was great and very cathartic for both of us. And I thought, that is so sad that she doesn't have very many places to go
Mm-hmm.
and let go like that. But we don't. So when we find those special, the term I've been playing a lot with lately, anamkara, that family, that sisterhood, those people that see you in your souls, like
Yeah.
there's an intimacy there. Those are the ones that we can go, I just need to tell you I'm falling apart today. Can you help hold me up? Can you remind me that I'm more than this bag of anxiety,
Well, and I think
which I know I have done with you.
more and more, we're going to see circles. I mean, we have seen circles for eons, but being able to kind of like sit around the proverbial like campfire together and be heard, and
Yeah.
listening is a big part of that. And I have gotten to participate now a couple weeks in a circle of people that I don't know at all. but I challenge myself to show up as all of me and to be seen. And part of me is like that invisibility, like I don't always need to be seen and still do the work, but I really felt called to share all of it, all parts. And it's palpable, being able to be in circle. Everyone could feel the energy. Some of the tension went away because we were holding each other in circle. And so that listening with love is a huge proponent.
It is so big and so needed. And um, it's funny because I was reading a book yesterday by Lynn McTaggart. She's been working on these global intention meditations, and she said she found these old words. I think they were Greek in nature, but when she was doing some studying of the Bible, and she went back to the original Aramaic and Greek translations, and some of the words about prayer have to do with being together, simultaneously sharing the same intention, sharing the same, um, like we want to create peace in Ukraine. We want to, whatever it is, if we all
Right.
came together and did that, and it's been proven over and over and over again. And so she did it through Gaia over the weekend, and I didn't participate live, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I've had it on the calendar for 3 months and I didn't do it. And I'm just wondering, that's what I feel like the school of light is right now, is that we are here to bring circles together. We don't have to be the circle.
Mm-mm.
We're just here to be the support system for helping everyone find that community of, and that was the other thing that came to me this morning about the fractal families. Like how, and then a part of me wants to go out and like search and find where's my people? And everything I'm hearing right now through the Star Pearl journey is just wait. And I'm like, but they'll find you. And I'm like, so anyway, I got my own stuff I'm practicing right now. So, and timelessness it's not my gene key, it's yours. So I need some of your patience, babe.
Well, believe me, there's lots of times where I'm like, oh, golly, are we like,
Can we move on?
are we getting there?
Are we there yet? That one.
I was one of those children. Believe me, my parents were like, oh, be patient. I'm like, okay.
So what I want to bring forth right now is, if this is in the evolution of this light being's chart, I am wondering if this is a constant challenge for us as well as we begin to embody that. And I'm just going to look at it and through that lens, because I feel like we do need to get rid of the lack thing. I mean, I immediately go to look at all the things that are going away, our government that can't serve, blah, 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 this, and I'm like, wait, first of all, we really don't know what the ripples are. I mean, all the news can do is report what they think is going to happen. So how do we just stop, get into our present moment space, get into presence, and feel the beauty of that and know that everything is perfect?
It's a trust. It is a huge trust in the nature of who we are. And out of any chaos, become, like we create order, we create structure, but we're going to create it from a higher beingness of who, what we want to create, that is out of love.
Yeah.
Right. And that everybody gets to step up. Remember, otherwise you're going to stick people at different levels, saying, oh, well, they can't afford it. So, they go down there and I will help them. I mean, that's ego in and of itself. That's that pride that's playing, saying that.
And there's lack. that they
Right.
are not, that this is this, but that, I mean, we're making a
Yeah. But
commitment around.
everybody is a divine being. Everybody
Mhm.
has a purpose. Everybody is piece of the puzzle. So now we're getting to find that within us and
Yeah.
show up.
I want to do the mudra
Okay.
for um invisibility, like offering our gifts. Like one of the things I did over the weekend was participated in a vision workshop, and it was amazing. And over and over and over again, it was like, how can we create with our gifts to make a difference out there? It was nothing about the egoic me. What am I going to get from it? It was
No.
all about in service to, in
Yes.
service to, in
Right.
service to the planet, in service to each other.
Yeah.
So the invisibility, you take your hands, and this is so funny because it's the opposite of the, remember we did the church steeple
Oh,
last.
yeah.
So it's kind of like that. So
Yep.
you fold your fingers with your palms up, your fingers in, and then you allow each of them to match up with their counterpart. So the pads of the fingers are touching.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put your thumbs together and touch the pads of your thumbs. And you just allow that to feel the interconnectedness, which has been a word that showed up in my journal like 3 times when I was writing yesterday. And the invisible energy that is between us and connecting us all the time. And if you do these mudras on your own, try to hold them for at least 3 breaths or as long as makes you happy. You can pause the video and drop in if you'd like. Mm. I am complete.
I am too.
Oh, that was so. Until our next time, we're going to continue on the cosmic guardian energy and the pulse of the week for 3 more weeks. So we appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And be good to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Till next time. Much
Yeah.
love.